Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. Hey guys, we're your hosts, Em and Jay, and today we're taking a quick look at the future projects relating to He-Man. It's pretty obvious he's not going anywhere anytime soon, but the second season of the CGI He-Man and the Masters of the Universe was announced, and there's also a live-action movie in the works. There was one announced before with Noah Centineo as the title role, but it seems that project has fallen through, but they're not giving up on trying to make a live-action movie. This time West Side Story's Kyle Allen is cast as He-Man. There already was a Masters of the Universe live-action movie back in 1987, but that wasn't well received. It focused on movie original characters instead of He-Man, which didn't sit well with a lot of fans. They already made the same mistake with Revelation, so hopefully they'll finally learn from that mistake and give us a live-action movie that we can appreciate. Although Hollywood hasn't been putting out the best quality products lately, so we're just gonna have to wait and see. It seems like the future of the franchise is following this new storyline, where Adam doesn't grow up as a prince, and instead grows up as an orphan who finds out he's a prince and then has to learn to be He-Man. It sounds like that's what this movie is going to focus on. The official synopsis says, an orphan named Adam discovers he is a prince destined to be the savior of a faraway land, and must quickly learn of his power and the importance of saving his true home from an evil force. And that's what they went with for the CGI cartoon. Plus, that's She-Ra's backstory. Do both of the twins need the same story? Speaking of She-Ra, Amazon is making a live-action She-Ra show, which is separate from everything else. Are we ever gonna see them reunited again? Who knows, but that would be really cool. But at least this live-action movie sounds like it's gonna be focusing on Adam, unlike the 1987 movie, which focused on a random Earth girl played by Courtney Cox. No offense to Courtney Cox, but I'm here for He-Man. Since Mattel is working to revitalize Masters of the Universe, now might be a great time for them to try to get the She-Ra rights back, or worked out, or whatever that is. Because I just want to see the twins back together. I think a lot of fans would be happy to see that. The second season of the CGI He-Man premieres March 3rd, and it would be cool if we could eventually get She-Ra in this show, but I don't know how likely that is. There's no word as of now if Revelation will get a second season, but I kind of doubt that's gonna happen, since the first season was so poorly received, no matter how much they try to say it wasn't. They pretty much did everything wrong with that series. First of all, they decided not to focus on He-Man, and instead focus on another character, which is the same mistake that the 1987 movie made, where they focused on a human girl named Julie, instead of focusing on He-Man. I guess you could say at least this one focused on Teela, who is a Masters of the Universe character, instead of a random original character, but they made Teela really unlikable in this series, and it felt like she wasn't a well-rounded character, because she ends up dropping everything that she believes and stands for halfway through the series, because the plot kind of demanded it. It ends up being really jarring that the first half of the series she's so focused on technology and how much she hates magic, but then she abandons all that once she's able to use magic. It makes the first half of the series feel like it was totally pointless, mainly because it was. And then they did a terrible job leading up to the show. The original synopsis said that the show would focus on Teela, but then when people got upset that the show wouldn't be following Adam, they worked overtime to try to convince people that the show would follow Adam. So they pretty much did the opposite of what the CGI show did, and pretended they were something that they were not. So fans ended up being pretty upset when the show did come out, and it turned out it did not follow Adam. Also, they made Teela really unlikable, which is sad. Plus, the show didn't seem very newcomer friendly. The pandemic caused the series to be split into 5-episode batches, which also hurt the show, because the first 5 episodes killed any hype for the second 5. So a lot of people just didn't stick around to see what happened. They probably just should have waited to release all 10 episodes. So that's the sad fate of Revelation. At least we have the CGI show, but it is sad for long-term fans that we didn't really get the series we were promised. And now the new series is sort of doing its own thing, which is fine, but it would have been nice if Revelation could have worked out. Especially since it seems that the whole franchise is going in this new direction. On the one hand, we're glad Masters of the Universe is getting more attention as of late, but on the other hand, we're really hoping for quality over quantity. Hopefully they can learn from the missteps they've made in the past. Studios lately have had a bad habit of pointing fingers at the fans and the audience when their products haven't gone over well, instead of looking inward at the production to see what went wrong, which is pretty frustrating. It's like fans are expected to like something just because it's part of the franchise. It's not like consumers owe companies their money, or their time or praise, but then they accuse the consumers of being entitled. So overall, we're glad we're getting more He-Man, but we're also going to try to keep our expectations realistic. I'm curious how this live-action movie will compare to 1987, but those are our opinions. What do you guys think? What are your thoughts on the upcoming He-Man content? We'd love to hear from you, so leave your comments down below. Thanks for watching, we really appreciate it. Before we go, we'd like to give a shout out to our members: Stutania, Tyrant Carnivore, Adam K, Shiny Orc Boy, The Rabbit Mancer, Hunter Rose, General Bolivar, Depth Charge Media, Samaru163, Gabby Hime, Sandy Martin, Verdant Range, Butcher7 Actual, Dash Hound, JVR, Hussyman42, Nixel, Eric Griffin, Phantom of the Night, Phil C, Taylor Ramirez, Caleb Nelson, Shrike Z, and Bandito Bane. Thank you all so much for your support. If you'd like to become a member, you can hit the join button next to the subscribe button. And if you enjoyed this video, you can leave a like and subscribe to the channel to see more content from us. That helps us out a lot too, and it's free. We also have Buy Me Coffee if you want to support us that way. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you all in the next video. Bye everyone. Bye guys.